Hi guys.
Hi.
I just finished using the treadmill. Oh, if you guys want to use it after me.
You know, I would,
Ooh.
but I don't. I don't want it to break on me.
We should find
What?
another gym.
I'm sorry. Just working with people your size. It's really hard for us to work out.
But I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Look, I understand you think you're trying to help yourself, but it's not gonna help. So maybe you should try another place, someplace
I
more
don't
fitting for you.
understand. I was just trying to work out. I'm just trying to get healthy, that's all.
Maybe you should try somewhere else.
Good luck.
Hi! For the second part of this project, I will be talking about the affective body, and right now I will be conducting an interview using questions about this topic.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I'm going to help Eva out, and I'm from Santan Foothills High School.
Michelle, now that you know what an affective body is, do you feel as though you've ever been an affective body?
To my knowledge, I don't believe I have.
Okay. Have you ever affected a body?
Yes, I believe so, but not really intentionally.
Okay. Could you tell me more about this situation?
There was a time when me and a group of friends were together, and we seen another girl walking and was dressed pretty inappropriately. So I guess you could say we kind of judged her.
Okay. Do you think that you can make a difference now that you know what an affective body is in yours and others' lives? Now that you know about the impressions that we make on others?
Absolutely.
Cool. Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Hi. This is my second interview for the affective body.
Hi, I'm Bridget Rochelle, and I work at Santan Foothills High School.
Bridget, now that you know what an affective body is, do you feel as though maybe you've ever been an affective body?
I do.
Can you tell me more about that situation?
The first time I met my fiance's family, they looked at me and immediately assumed I was just some mean white girl with a lot of money that looked down upon them.
Well, has that situation ever been reversed? Have you ever affected a body?
I'm sure I have at some point.
And for my last question, do you think you can make a difference in your and others' lives now that you know the kinds of impressions that we make on other people?
I think so. It's important not to judge someone based on how they first appear to you.
Good answer, Bridget. Thank you so much. Hi, this is my third interview for the affective body.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I work at Santan Foothills High School.
So, Stephanie, now that you're more aware of what an affective body is, do you feel as though you've ever been an affective body?
Me, for myself, no, I don't feel like I have.
All right. Well, have you ever felt as though you've affected a body?
I do. I believe that with prejudice, I have.
All right. Can you tell me more about this situation?
I used to look at people, or I thought people with tattoos were from prison or drug-related or gang-related, and I felt like they were a little bit, maybe more even undereducated.
All right. Do you feel differently now that you know about affective bodies?
I do. I don't think we should judge people by what they have, their ink on their skin.
All right. So, in general, do you feel as though you can make a difference in your lives and others' lives now that you know about the impressions that we make on others?
I do. I believe that, everybody's the same, whether they have marks on their body or not. I think we're all the same.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Eva de la Cruz, and for my second video for the midterm project, I will be talking about the affective body. So just like my first video, I have decided to split this video into 3 parts. The first part being an example of a scenario, and in this case, it's a woman at the gym being met with disgust 3 different interviews and a summarization of this topic and the video in general. So, unlike the concept of gender bodies, I found that affective bodies was a little bit harder to explain to my coworkers, who are the people that are helping me throughout the skit and throughout my interviews. So, at first, I used Sarah Ahmed's story about Charles Darwin as an example. In her article, The Performativity of Disgust, she tells about Charles Darwin's feelings after a native person touches his food. He felt disgusted, but it wasn't because the native person maybe was dirty or sweaty or muddy or anything like that. It was because the native person was abnormal to him and somebody who he didn't understand. In the rest of her article, Ahmed goes on to describe feelings of disgust, confusion, and unpleasantness, and how they come from a place of misunderstanding and rejection, because what these people see as their normal are not society's normal. My coworkers personally didn't really understand until I showed them the clip from the TV show Transparent that we saw in that week's lesson. They saw the extent that a first impression can make on other people and how it can really bring them down through harassment. Every day in the media, I see different instances where people are being shamed, whether it's trans shamed, whether it's fat shamed, whether it's body shamed or slut shamed based on what they're wearing. All kinds of shamed are taken in by people who don't deserve it. That's why I decided to make the skit where my character is at the gym and is an affective body after being harassed by 2 other women. My coworkers admit that they had been on both ends of the spectrum. They had been affective bodies and they had affected other bodies in their past as well. I believe that it's harder to admit that they have been affecting somebody's bodies more than it is to be an affective body. And that's because it's harder to admit that you have hurt somebody else rather than you have been hurt. Although seeing someone else's hurt on their face and recalling that you have been hurt by somebody else based on your first impression that you give them or they give you really brings out a much needed sense of understanding and empathy. My coworkers were asked at the end of their interviews if their newfound understanding of affective bodies could help them become better people, and they all said yes. I really hope that the lesson that we learned a few weeks ago and this video can help other people understand their effects on others. And I really hope that it brings the end to negative feelings towards affective bodies on us and everybody else in society. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.